Hey guys, this episode we're hitting the snow, and it's not Perisher or Thredbo like you immediately think when you think snow in Australia. It's one that's been closed down for a couple of years and it's supposed to be really family friendly, so we're excited to get into it. So let's do it. You excited, Happy?
Yes! Let's go!
When you do these kind of trips, half the fun is just getting there, and this was no different. We travelled along the Bylong Valley Way, which was an absolutely stunning drive to get to our destination that night at Sofala, Wallaby Rocks camping area. If you're passing through this way, it's a must stop over. It was a little challenging to get down in there, not too bad. There were some bigger vans in there, so don't be frightened at the entrance. And as usual, it's the simple things in life that really always are the best memories. The kids grabbed a torch that night and had a ball just making shadows on the big rock face across the river, had a fire, and it was a great way to kick off what is going to be an awesome trip.
So we've just left Wallaby Rocks camping area down on the river. It's a beautiful little free camp. We're going to head into Sofala now and check out the town.
Leaving Sofala, what an awesome little town. So much history, and it is still a functioning gold mining town. And there was actually 64 pubs there back in the day to support 25,000 people, which is a lot of pubs per quota of people. It sounds like my kind of town. A few of the locals there were more than happy to tell us a bit of history. We really could have stayed longer. I wish we had planned a bit more time for this part of the journey. But anyway, we will be back. Thanks for having us, Sofala. On to Bathurst. Well, while you're in Bathurst, why not drive around Mount Panorama in a 79 Land Cruiser with a van on the back? It'll be the slowest lap around Mount Panorama ever, but you got to do these things. Righto, so we're just outside of Kumar, stopped for lunch. There's a nice little lookout just as you're heading out towards the snowfields. We've decided against not getting snow chains. I've had a look at the weather and it doesn't look too hectic, like they're not predicting a foot of snow. And being a four-wheel drive vehicle, you don't have to carry them on you at all times. I think that's the rule anyway. All the information that we've received suggests that. So yeah, we're well on our way to camp tonight to Denison, and hopefully we're camping in a bit of snow is the plan. Really excited to see some snow today, off skiing in the morning. But yeah, today's journey is to get to camp, set up, and try and have a really nice night with a fire and not freeze to death.
Sandwiches.
We only bring Mum along to cook us and make us dinners and lunches, don't we, Harpy?
Yeah.
Ham and butter, living large. We're just poor YouTubers now.
Woo.
Is it good though?
Have bread.
Is this better than Macca's?
I did tell you to get mustard.
No.
You didn't get it.
Oh, everything's my fault. It's food. There's Aussies being Aussies again. A big trout. There's big shit everywhere in Australia. We are truly weirdos. So before we got to camp that night at Denison Campground, which is in the national park, we stopped to get some firewood as it was really important to be able to have a fire to stay warm of night. And in true our style, we ended up on a dirt road looking for a suitable place to cut some firewood. And I don't know what it is about it, but as soon as the tyres hit the dirt, I just really get excited about the country, and we had to get the drone up and just take a look around. And what a top spot this was, and it really added to the journey of getting to camp that night. Plus, we got some really good firewood.
This is why it takes us so bloody long to get to camp. May as well just load up, because I'd rather have a shit ton of wood than not enough, and we have to go and try and find it after skiing all day. That's not going to be fun.
We're sorted, mate. We are sorted. Load up. We asked a couple of local boys that were herding a few sheep through. We said, we right, just pull over somewhere and grab a bit of wood, and they're like, yeah, no, go for your life. So just ask people when you know, it's their land. They know the area, and if you know, show a bit of respect, everyone's pretty good. Happy?
Yeah. Love getting a good haul.
This looks like us. Yes! Pretty excited. Camping to the left. Funny. We just got a concrete slab in a national park, so no mud underfoot. At a caravan park, this would cost you at least $90 to have a toilet. You wouldn't get a water view, and then you'd be surrounded by the campers. There's like one other camper about 300 meters from us, so I'm pretty pumped.
Let's have a look.
Holy.
There's our big pad. It's actually not that cold here. It's about 10 degrees.
Yes, it is.
It's cold,
So
but
good. This is nice. I know it sounds like a princess, but when it's here, why not use it? No mud. It is supposed to rain tomorrow afternoon, which could turn into snow, which cross fingers it does. And we have seen this snow just behind us on the hills. But if it snows, snow also means mud, but not for us. Awesome. Very good. What do you reckon, girls?
Get off mine.
What do you think?
Yes.
They don't care.
they like the rocks.
They like the rocks. That's the main thing. Before anyone comments, we do realise that this is probably an old amenities block. I did the smell test, and they would have pumped it out and filled it all back in, so it's all safe. It's just a nice, clean piece of concrete for us for this afternoon and the next few days. So, cheers. won't be a cooking segment as
It's too cold.
it is, and we did a stir fry in the last episode.
We're doing another one.
Stir fry tonight. But are you right here, Dale?
Yeah, no, I'm great. This frozen chicken is great on my fingers. The breeze that's coming through here is just lovely.
It's cold.
Yeah. You go sit around the fire.
You heard the lady. Off around the fire we go. Oh man, it's getting cold now. Whew, the breeze is like cuts through you. I know, so me, well actually me mainly, is a tight ass and didn't want to buy proper snow boots. So we bought Water Shield, and we'll let you know if this actually works and whether being a tight ass was a good idea. And
we're not being tight asses. We have good boots that we feel are going to be practical for the snow, but they just need to be a little bit extra waterproof.
Kinda. So it's basically silicone spray, and obviously if we go burying our feet in snow this deep, it's probably not going to work, but then most snow boots don't anyway. So that's where we're at. We'll give it a go and we'll let you know if it's a worthy addition or not.
Hi guys. So me and Willow, you can see that she's over there. No, this is bad filming, guys. So we're just chilling, as always. We came here because we wanted to see the snow, and that I've never seen the snow before, so it's gonna be pretty fun for me. And if you haven't seen the snow, you need to check it out today. But if you don't have time, who cares?
It's cold. The ute says -7. I don't think it's -7, but I'd say definitely the minus is somewhere 2 or 3 degrees, -2 or 3. It's cold enough anyway. Yeah, so the gas heater was supposed to come on this morning, but the bottle that it was switched over to ran out. So we ducked out and switched bottles, and now the gas heater's on and it's bloody warm inside. So you really need a heater if you're going to have a van. I mean, you don't need a heater, but it makes it much more comfortable inside. It definitely warms the van up pretty quick, even in temperatures like this. So we're off to the ski fields today, up to Selwyn. It's supposed to be a very family-friendly ski field, and that suits us because we knew we'd probably just be chasing the kids around. That's sort of why we didn't do Perisher or Threadbow. From all reports, it's supposed to be perfect for families, and we're not seasoned skiers by any means, so we're here for the experience and have a bit of fun, so it sounds perfect for us. So I did do a lot of research before we come about having alpine diesel in the ute. Being at these 0 or minus degree temperatures, diesel does start to wax or form as a solid, and then obviously your car won't start. Everything I've read suggests that any servos in a colder climate are going to have some form of retardant in the fuel to stop that freezing point or lower that freezing point. So we will be the test dummies. It was a real grey area. No one really could give you a solid answer of whether you needed it or not, or buy the additive or not, or whether it's already in it. Common sense suggests that if you fill up in the climate that you are in or very close to where you're staying, it's probably going to have the correct diesel in it anyway. They don't hold separate tanks. They've only ever got one diesel tank, so that generally will hold the correct fuel. But we'll give it a go this morning. It is I don't think it'll get colder than this. This is supposed to be the coldest morning we're here, and then we're supposed to get some showers moving through the week, which hopefully will mean a bit of snow. We'd love to be able to say we camped in the snow. I'll say that now. A foot of snow though may not be good. But anyway, let's get a coffee because my fingers are about to drop off. It is proper cold. It's a really good test for the electrical system because a lithium battery will not charge, or is not supposed to charge, below 0 degrees, as it can damage the cells. The car batteries this morning say they are -3. So look, it is what it is. We're here to test things. They should just start charging once they get warm enough, as with the van. So far everything's working. You should still be able to draw power from them. They will have diminished capacity in colder temperatures though. But your fridges don't run. They are pretty much there to keep the food warm, not cold, especially in your fridge. Your freezer obviously will still run a little bit, but the fridge is supposed to be 5 degrees. It's -2 outside, so you definitely won't use any power there. We would have poured just water on the windscreen, obviously not hot water. but we don't have any. We need all the water for drinking because I couldn't get any water out of the jerry cans because they were frozen. So we're learning very, very quickly a few things that we need to look for tomorrow. But this is what it's all about, I suppose. And there's no point sitting the car idling for half an hour to warm up because it just won't. You need to just drive them. Just don't be hard into it, but you need to drive them to warm it up. Idling takes forever. It's no good for them either. Here we go. Oh man, we are rookies at this. So we got here probably too late, so the kids were a bit late to their lesson. There's so much higher gear to sort out. It takes a long time for the staff to get through it, and they're pretty well understaffed, to be honest. First year they're open, but there's plenty of snow, but it's very hard packed, and I'm a rookie, but I know that, and it makes it hard to learn on. So the kids are struggling a bit. It's going to be a big day, getting up early in the morning, freezing cold, and then getting back to camp, freezing cold. So by the end of day 2, we'll let you know if this is a good idea or not. But it is beautiful out here. We've got friggin' awesome weather, and we'll be having fun by the end of the day. It's just a little bit of a struggle, isn't it, darling?
A little bit.
Meg just had her first nearly broken arm already.
Oh no,
going well.
I was fine.
And now we're going to get off this chairlift, which will also be interesting. It's Harper. Oh my God. Well, day 1 on the ski fields, I won't lie, it wasn't easy. We got there, the kids went straight into a 2-hour lesson. They hadn't even seen snow before, let alone skied, so it was very full on for them, and they did struggle a little bit at the start. By lunchtime we had a bit of a handle on it, but by the end of the day we'd really had enough, and it was time to get back to camp and cook dinner. So it's not just Megan's cooking segment tonight.
Right here?
Wash fingers, that's it.
Go all day on the ski fields, no ambulance. Next minute, chop finger.
Mum here?
No, we won't do them too small.
Okay.
That'll be big enough. Right.
So yeah, pretty simple. Chicken in the camp oven, veggies around the outside, potato, pumpkin. We're going to do some broccoli, Mum.
Yeah, we've got broccoli.
We'll chuck it on top towards the end and see if we can steam it a bit. Quick, well, kind of quick, easy meal, but just a slap together meal really, and utilising the fire because we've got to sit around something to get warm. Yeah, so there we go. So we're going for burnt on the outside, raw in the middle.
No, definitely
you'll
not.
be right, you'll be right.
We just want it all good, okay, guys?
Right.
So one thing we learned on the ski fields that food is expensive and hard to get, and it's hard to find somewhere to sit in there.
It's hot chips, hot dogs, just your typical expensive crap food, really. I think I'd rather a nice fresh sandwich, so I'm going to do that.
Yeah, and it does come down to cost a bit. It was about 50 cents per chip. I think I worked it out. No, it was pretty dear, that.
It was $8 for a box of chips, no joke, that big.
Yeah. And look, we're not whinging,
ridiculous.
we just thought we'd pass the information on. We knew it was going to be. And hot chips when it's freezing cold would be great.
And ice creams. We're getting ice creams tomorrow.
That's our big secret. Oh, well, day 2, and we've got a bit of rain this morning, so we're going to get ready, head up to the snowfields. We really don't know what to expect. Assume you can still ski when it's raining. That's how naive and green we are to all this. We're hoping this rain might have turned into a bit of snow, but it's really not too cold this morning. Maybe on the top of the peaks it may. but the heater's working really well in the van. It's keeping us warm. Everything's working quite well. Yesterday's -7 was extreme, so that really tested things. The van was a lot warmer this morning. It's probably only 0, 2 degrees, something like that. But yeah, day 2 on the snow, see how we go. The kids were really picking it up late yesterday afternoon. They were getting into it, so we're excited to see how we go today, as long as this weather holds out. You can't predict the weather and you can't control it, so you just got to roll with it, I suppose.
It's cold today. It's like a blizzard up here.
The kids are killing
it. It's raining.
They're on the chair on their own, so this is awesome.
Driving here today, I did not want to ski today. It's miserable. It's so cold today and it's raining. So like the conditions are pretty average, but you get out here and it's so cool. Like it's just,
yeah, it's actually better being a bit colder, I think. You're not sweating your ass off. So
yeah, yesterday we were just, lather of sweat. Today we're freezing our asses off. But it's really nice, isn't it?
Righto, put that phone away, we're coming off.
Okay.
Righto, family. Yeah, we'll see. Oh, lumpy. Phew. Alright, hang on. Oh! I'm down. Whew, my face is a bit red from a big day skiing, but on the way back to camp this afternoon, we thought we'd just call in. There's a campground only a stone's throw from the Selwyn Ski Resort itself. Thought what a cool thing would be to actually camp, you know, in the thick of it in the snow. But the reality is a little bit different. When snow melts, it turns to mud. I don't know if you can see behind me, and I'll give you a good look in a minute, but this campground is extremely muddy because we have had a bit of rain today and we're supposed to get a bit in the next few days. So if you are thinking about coming up to any ski field really and camping, really pick where you are going to camp. Ultimately, it's just going to be a bit more enjoyable camping just below the actual snow cap. This would be awesome if you had epic weather. So I'm not saying don't do it, but it is something worth considering when you're picking your camp spot. If you're going to camp and try and go to the snow and do some skiing, I think we made the right decision staying at Denison Campground.
So imagine.
That is soft, isn't it? There you are, you get a bucket on the willow. Does it taste like water?
Is it yummy?
I ate some snow in our lesson.
You ate some snow in your lesson.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Hey, you know what? That waterproofing spray works. Look, the boots are dry. Notice that?
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Oh.
That looks like someone's baby. Look at it. Floppy ass.
That is quite satisfying. I'm going to make some yellow snow. Do you want to come and grab some of that?
I'm gonna have to have a look.
No, you don't want to look at that yellow snow.
Dad, your pee.
I actually wish we had the batwing warning right now, but it does work well. You right there, Harpy? He's killing me.
I've got a hairball.
Right.
Wow, what a good Selwyn trip. We stopped on the way to get some snow for some snow cones, maybe. And we just wish we would come back to Selwyn because it's such a nice place. It's got snow, you can ski. There were so many people there though, and it was a very miserable day there. So it was very white, so you had to wear some goggles, and there were chairlifting and magical mat, whatever you call them. I don't care what you call them. And it was so fun.
Dinner time. Our favourite time of the day.
What's for dinner, love?
We're having curried bangers tonight, curried sausages. So I've done them a number of different ways over the years, but I find that this way is just easier. Boil the snags first. It sounds disgusting, but it actually works really well because once you put them in the sauce, it doesn't really matter how they're cooked. I used to grill them, I used to put them on the barbecue, I used to do different things, but then, I don't know, I just got onto boiling them, which cooks them really quickly. So I make my own little sauce. It's just basically a bechamel sauce, so butter, flour, and then I add in curry powder, some tomato paste, and some onion. That's about it. Like, it's very, very basic, but that's how that's what we do when we're camping. Sometimes when I'm at home, I make it a little bit more exotic, but it's a nice hearty warming meal. It's not something that we eat a lot of at home. Again, like, you know, anything carbohydrates, hot meals is good when you're camping because it fills you up, makes you warm, and to be honest, salad would be the last thing I'd be wanting right now. Doesn't look like much, but so good.
Nice hearty meal. Everyone's nice and warm on the inside, and camping in winter and pretty gnarly conditions like this, there is a little element of survival. That's a bloody good meal for that.
Nice and easy. That's where it's at.
Good job, Mum. Off to Yarrangobilly Caves this morning, and the weather is absolutely diabolical. We've got a couple of good days in skiing. I'm glad we got those in, but to go back for a third day in weather like this would be I don't know, it'd be hard to keep a positive attitude, I think, because it's pretty crap. think that a little bit. Maybe we should find a camp and
Come back.
play cards for the day, because it is freaking miserable and it's pissing down rain. And do we all feel like hiking in the rain?
So we've just stopped at the Yarangabilly village campground. It's a little campground that you can pay online for, but it's been very wet here and it's very muddy. We only just made it through this section here. It's just so wet. Yeah, no. So we just unhooked the van at the Yarangabilly village campground, which there's not really a village there. It's basically just a little campground and a historic site. And yeah, we're just going to leave the van there and decide whether we're going to camp there or not tonight. But we're going to head to the Yarrangobilly Caves now and the thermal pool that's there. It's a nice 6 degrees outside and it's raining, so I did say to Adam, I'm definitely going swimming, but we'll see.
We'll see.
Apparently it's 27 degrees all year round, which is warm, but it's not real warm. It's going to definitely be cold when we get out. So anyway, we'll check it out when we get there.
Alright, so we're paid for a guided tour. We just find sometimes you just spend the money and the kids get a lot more out of it. Plus we learn something too. So it looks really pretty down here and there's actually quite a lot to do. You'd easily spend a full day, maybe 2 days if you're really into walking and doing absolutely everything here. We'll see how we go. It is miserable, but a cave tour is definitely something good to do on a wet, rainy day, because obviously you're inside. And then Megs is still keen to go for a swim, and I'm coming around to the idea, but so there we go.
Don't be a sook. He wants to go for a swim.
I don't know, okay?
27 degrees, 6 degrees outside though. It's cold.
I'm starting to question whether I'm actually going to go through with this swim. I'm really warm right now. It's freezing. It's really not that
27
warm.
degrees.
I feel amazing. Except
Friggin'
this walk is hectic.
yeah, it's a steep climb back out, eh? Woo! Done well, kids.
I feel amazing after that. Like, it could be a lot warmer. Definitely in summer would be beautiful. In winter, it's a bit chilly.
Mind you, in summer, you probably wouldn't want to walk back up here after that, because it's fairly
That's steep.
Listen to us, we're fit. It's not very far though, so it's
700 metre walk.
yeah, it's achievable. It just is really steep.
Yeah.
Anyway, now back to a wet, rainy camp.
With wet clothes and
wet towels.
Wet gloves from yesterday.
Yeah.
We went from skiing one day to swimming the next.
Megan said we need a dryer. Closest thing we're going to have is a fire. And that'll do.
Yeah.
Right.
It was amazing though. Definitely come here and have a swim. It was beautiful.
It was
Even
nice.
in winter. For the camp. The sun's out at least. So nice.
Well, we've ended up just outside of Tumut at Blowering Dam. There's heaps of free camps scattered along the river. They're pretty basic, but it's about this point in a trip you get a bit complacent, and if this was our first night, we'd be stoked. The weather's been a bit shit, so, you know, camping alongside the water for free, it doesn't get much better than this, to be honest, but the weather's got us a bit down yesterday, and look, we're just excited to get into town tonight and have a pub meal, to be honest. It's been really cold, wet, and we've kept spirits high all the way through the trip. The kids have been fantastic. So the Snowy Mountain Highway is just something I would suggest you put on your bucket list. Not just the skiing part at Selwyn, the camping at Denison, just the whole drive, which is fantastic. A really, really scenic drive. Quite a challenging drive coming down into Tumut. There's one descent that goes for 6Ks, and it is a committing drive with a caravan. We're only towing sort of 2.5 ton. So if you're towing a bigger van, it is something you really need to do with a bit of knowledge and a bit of experience under your belt. Anyway, guys, that has been friggin' awesome. The Snowy Mountain Highway has been unbelievable. Skiing at Selwyn has been a real highlight. Camping at Denison in -7 degrees. What an experience that was. And then obviously the caves yesterday and swimming in that thermal pool at 6 degrees outside was another experience we won't forget. Finish it off here at Blowering Dam for the night was a really good way to finish this leg of the trip. Anyway, next time we see you guys, we don't know where we'll be, because as usual, our style, we're not sure, and we haven't 100% nailed down where we're going from here. I know we're going into Tumut tonight, restock, do some washing, get a nice feed. Don't forget, guys, you only live once. Get out there and enjoy it. See you next time. Go Peacock! Where are we going now, Mum?
Oh, I need to wash my hair so bad. And yeah, this is as good as it gets today. Oh man, camping hair, it's a real problem.
Caravan park?
Yeah, need to wash my hair bad.
Me too.
It's the only reason we go. Where are we going today?
I don't know what it's called.
Tumut?
Tuma what?
Tumut.
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 Just Tumut.